Welcome to the Man on the Street show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be talking about is sports and politics. But before we dive into the video, if I could get you to hit that subscribe button down below and also that notification bell so you can always stay up to date from the latest from me, your man on the street. Yes, it seems that sports and politics is back in the news once again, ladies and gentlemen, because of the DOD deciding to take a link down honoring the late, great baseball player, Jackie Robinson.
A page dedicated to Hall of Famer Jackie Robinson's military history has been removed from the Department of Defense's website. A previously existing article about Robinson's time in the Army during World War II now shows one of those page not found errors, and the new webpage URL includes DEI before the story's headline, indicating it might have been taken down as part of the Trump administration's efforts to eliminate federal DEI programs.
But because of the uproar, they had to put it back. And they say that it was a mistake. It shouldn't have been taken down anyway. But we all know that the Trump administration is basically trying to do everything in their power to erase Black people from the history books. That's just facts. And a lot of people are basically saying that sports and politics should stay separate. And we all know that can't happen. Because if you take a look back before World War II, you look at Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens going up against the powerhouse of the master race and showing them that they wasn't the master race. Then you move it forward to the civil rights movement when you got athletes like Jim Brown, at the time Lou Alcindor, who became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got Bill Russell. You got other great legends like Muhammad Ali, who stood up for rights of people that look like you and others. Now, let's take Muhammad Ali aspect of this. Muhammad Ali lost his championship because he's refused to take the step forward to be drafted into the Army.
I will say here boldly now on television, no, I will not go 10,000 miles from here to help murder and kill another poor people simply to continue the domination of white slave masters. But I will say here that I have in my press release that I've said it once and I will say it again. The real enemies of my people are right here.
So sports and politics has always gone hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Muhammad Ali stood on principle. Muhammad Ali basically said, why should I go fight and kill other people when I can't get those same rights here in America? How can I free somebody else's people when my people are going through hell in this country? Let's move forward to Colin Kaepernick when he did a silent protest by taking a knee during the national anthem. And a lot of people saw that as being disrespectful. A lot of people used that for their political views. Donald Trump, he used it a lot. He called guys that were taking a knee, what? Sons of bitches.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
So he politicized something that was doing basically a sporting event, a solid protest. But like I said earlier, sports and politics goes hand in hand. Now, with the latest thing with Jackie Robinson and the uproar that it caused. Now, Mina Kimes did a segment, and she said this.
So ESPN and others reported today that the Department of Defense, amidst an ongoing effort to purge government mentions of diversity, equity, inclusion, removed the website honoring Jackie Robinson's military service. It has since been restored, and their spokesperson, the Pentagon press secretary, said this. We do not view or highlight people such as Robinson through the prism of immutable characteristics such as race, amongst other things. So, look, Jackie Robinson was known for many things, but above all, first and foremost, it was his ongoing courage in the face of racial discrimination. In fact, in addition to crossing the color barrier in baseball, he served in a segregated unit in the Army and in one instance refused to move to the back of the bus, was arrested and acquitted. That matters. That history cannot be erased, it cannot be undone, and it must be recognized to fully understand and celebrate his legacy.
Yes, I don't have an issue with what Mina Kimes says. She's right on point, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, she broke it down just like we broke it down earlier with the DOD taking down the link leading to Jackie Robinson, then putting it back up. She made the great point of recognizing his military service and him crossing the color barrier in baseball. But some people have an issue with that. Some people saying that she's race baiting. Well, she's truly not. She just stated facts. Now, RG3 is one of those people that has an issue with Mina Kimes and what she said. He's basically saying that, I guess, sports analysts should only talk about sports. Sports shows should only talk about sports. Don't bring politics into it. But we all know that sports and politics go hand in hand. We saw it earlier with President Donald Trump when he talked about Colin Kaepernick or anybody else taking a knee. He made it political. So Stephen A. Smith, somebody that I disagree with sometimes. I agree with some of the things that he talks about, but 9 times out of 10, I disagree with what he said. But he made a great point when he talked about Robert Griffin III and his issue.
Because I want to get to others who weighed in on the subject, namely Robert Griffin III, a.k.a. RG3, my former colleague at ESPN, by the way. Shortly after my comments on First Take a couple of days ago, RG3 posted this on X. Quote, sports shows on TV should be about sports, not about politics, end quote. Then more than 6 hours later, he expanded his thoughts with this statement, quote, this tweet is not about Jackie Robinson. His significance can never and should never be erased. Breaking the color barrier in baseball in itself is not political. Jesse Owens winning 4 gold medals in itself was not political. Jack Johnson becoming the first black boxing heavyweight champion in itself was not political. They all have political ramifications. They all challenge the status quo of racial barriers to fair play, race relations, and civil rights. That should always be acknowledged and never forgotten. They shouldn't be used as an excuse to push political agendas on sports shows on national television to an audience there to consume in sports content. And RG3, respectfully, my brother, you sound ignorant. You sound utterly clueless. First of all, when Jackie Robinson integrated baseball in 1947, are you trying to say that race wasn't politicized in 1947 or beforehand? Like Branch Rickey for the Dodgers didn't specifically choose him because he knew he would need his temperament as a former military man who exercised discipline as opposed to reacting violently to the racial venom that was thrown in his direction? You trying to tell me politics had nothing to do with that? You trying to tell me when Jack Johnson was fighting in early in the 19th century, you're trying to tell me that had nothing to do with politics, just race? This is what you're trying to tell me? That makes absolutely, positively no sense whatsoever. Okay? We all know that while race may stand alone and as its prevalent issue, politics has been used historically to exercise the muscle necessary to implement racially insensitive policies, if not racist policies. That is a fact. I'm giving you facts. There is no black person alive who would deny that, and there's no white person who could justifiably deny it.
Now, I could truly say that. I usually don't agree with Stephen A. Smith. I said that earlier, but on this point, he was right on the goddamn spot. Because you cannot take one without the other. You cannot take sports without dealing into politics. You cannot even take race, because we all knew why they took down Jackie Robinson, because it was a picture of a black man on that website. We all know that. I said this earlier, and I say this again. They're trying to whitewash America back to a point where that nobody did anything except white people. That's just a fact. I know a lot of people are going to be saying that, hey, I'm probably trying to race bait it. No, I'm trying to say that you cannot erase our history. Now, Robert Griffin III, yeah, I know that you're married to a Caucasian lady, and I'm not going to use that as an excuse. But you should know better. You should know better than saying some asinine things that you just said. It's always going to be political. Race, politics, gender, anything that deal with the building of America or America in itself, going to always intermingle with one another. But let me know what you thought about what I just said and the video as well in the comments below. The man on the street wants to know.